Startup India initiative has completed 10 years, and in this session, we'll understand what worked well for us that made India the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. So let's talk about startups. Now, before we do that, very quickly, I want to tell you that we have this new course, which is the Studio GS Foundation live online course. This course is helping you with your complete UPSC preparation of both prelims and mains. And you also have 3 different mediums to choose from: English, Hindi, and Hinglish. You're getting all of this, the complete UPSC package, at a very affordable price of only rupees 24,999. And if you want to avail a further discount on this fee, then you can use this coupon code, which is SALONI. Simply apply this coupon code all in block letters only, and you will be able to get the maximum discount. So do not wait. The admissions are open. For all the information that is related to this course, you can call us at 87501, and you can also download the Drishti Learning app and enroll into this course and use the coupon code SALONI. Now let's talk about the Startup India initiative. So the Startup India initiative was launched in January 2016. More precisely, on 16th of January 2016. That is why every year 16th of January is celebrated as the National Startup Day. And in 2026, we have completed 10 years. A decade has passed, and a lot of good things have happened, because of which we have now become the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. So we'll first talk about the achievements, and then we'll see what has worked well for India. So if we talk about our achievements over here in the past decade, when we began with very few startups, very limited startups. And now we have over 2 lakh startups that are recognized by DPIIT. Over 2 lakh startups. And a very good thing to note here is that some 50% of the startups are coming from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. So it tells us that startups, the growth of startups, is not just linked with Tier 1 or only urban areas, big cities. It is also linked with Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, small towns. They are also coming up. It tells us that we are looking at a democratization. We are witnessing democratization of entrepreneurship. It is reaching the last mile. People are getting the support that they need to work on their startups, to fund their startups, to have their startups grow. So we have now over 2 lakh startups, and then over 21 lakh jobs have also been created. Because startups basically, they drive innovation. They give us innovative solutions to our problems. And at the same time, they also generate employment. And these startups have now generated over 21 lakhs of jobs. And over 45% of the startups over here have at least one woman leader. Now this tells us that there is gender equity also in our startups. Over 45% have one woman leader. So all these good things we have been able to achieve in the past 10 years. And a lot of core schemes of the government, core initiatives of the government have helped us achieve this. So we'll talk about them. For Startup India, there have been a lot of schemes. For example, there's a fund of funds for startups. Startups need fund. They have solutions, they have the technology, but they need funds to run all those things, to cover all the operational costs, get the equipments and everything. So we have a large fund over here that is backed by SIDBI, and this provides funds to AIFs. Alternative investment funds. SIDBI's fund is given to the alternative investment funds, and these funds, these AIFs, in turn invest in the startups. So this is a large fund which first invests in AIFs, and AIFs in turn invest in startups. Then early funding. Early funding is also given by the Startup India Seed Fund scheme. So seed fund, seed capital is also given to cover the prototyping, proof of concept, other operational costs. Early funding is also provided by the Startup India Seed Fund scheme. Then Startup India Investor Connect portal is also there. Startups need investors. So there is a portal which connects startups to the investors. We have the Startup India Investor Connect portal. Then they need money, and this money is also given to them by the credit guarantee scheme for startups. Here they are getting collateral free loans, because many a time they do not have the collateral to pledge against loans. So collateral free loans are also provided under the credit guarantee scheme for startups. Then we also have a mentorship portal, National Mentorship Portal. National Mentorship Portal, which is helping the startups connect with experienced guides, experienced mentors, so that they can be guided throughout their journey. They can be guided to the growth, to their success. So we have this portal, and then we also have Startup India Hub. Now, this Startup India Hub is actually a digital platform that is connecting the startups not only to the investors, but also to experienced mentors, and also to government officials, and also to everybody basically that whose guidance is required by the startups in their journey to grow. So it's a larger digital platform that is helping these people, helping the startups connect with everybody that they need in their journey. And then we have a ranking framework also, state startup ranking framework. Here these different states are ranked based on the number of startups they have, the types of startups they have, are they performing well, are they not performing well. So we are looking at the strengths and weaknesses over here, and based on that we decide a way forward. So a ranking is also given. So these are certain core areas, core initiatives that are there that have helped our startups to grow. Other than this also, we have some other schemes that also have helped us. For example, we have the Atal Innovation Mission. Atal Innovation Mission talks about fostering innovation at different levels, schools, colleges, universities. We have Atal Tinkering Tanks. So this is basically to foster innovation, foster growth and innovation in the mindset of young people, students, etc. Then we have Genesis also, Gen Next support for innovative startups. This talks about supporting deep tech startups, deep technology like artificial intelligence, robotics, different other climate change, etc. So deep technology, where startups are more interested in providing innovative solutions to bigger problems, larger problems, more global problems. Here we have Genesis, which gives them support for that. Then Tide is also there. Technology, incubation and development of entrepreneurship. This also helps in incubation and scaling up of startups. Then there is a startup hub, which I already talked about, which is a digital platform that is connecting the startups to investors also, to mentors also, and to also government officials for their schemes. And then Nidhi is also there, which supports science and tech startups from idea to market. It is particularly catering the science and tech startups. Then this is important, we have SVEP, which is Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program. This particularly is focusing on the villages, on rural entrepreneurship. It is helping people from rural backgrounds begin and work on their ideas and foster growth in those startups. It's talking about rural entrepreneurship. Then we have Aspire also, that strengthens rural enterprise incubators. And then for employment generation, again, we have Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, which helps all these small ideas, particularly from the rural sectors, again, build them their small projects, give them funds and everything so that they can work on their small projects. Subsidized credit for self-employment. So we've had all these schemes, we've had these initiatives that have helped us achieve our goal. Right now, we are the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. And when I talk about goals, so we have a goal of becoming a $7.3 trillion economy by 2030. And then of course, we have a larger goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047. So in order to achieve all these goals, we'll have to strengthen our startup ecosystem also. They are also our providers, they're also our growth factors in the economy, they're also the drivers of economy. So that's why we'll have to work for the startup ecosystem also, and we are working in the right direction. At this pace, we might be able to achieve our goals. That was all for this video. I hope you were able to understand the complete discussion over here. Now let's look at a practice question for prelims. With reference to the Startup India initiative, consider the following statements. 1. National Startup Day is celebrated on 16th January to mark the launch of Startup India in 2016. 2. The Fund of Funds for Startups directly invests money into individual startups. 3. A significant number of recognized startups in India come from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 2 and 3 only. Or D. 1, 2 and 3. Please provide your answers in the comment section and we will meet in a new video. Thank you for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.